All right, you guys, welcome back to the Love Frequency Podcast where we turn pain into power. And this week, as promised, I wanted to talk about keep the theme for the LGBTQ community, just so it's not focused solely around that because it is the month of June, it is Pride. That's why we are focusing on our LGBTQ topics this month. So stay tuned, and we have two cards. We have Karmic Debt and Third Party Energy. So stay tuned. You guys, so welcome back. And this topic came amongst, I've been really wanting to talk about this topic anyway, and as I was getting my hair done, me and my friend, we were just conversing. This is the month of Pride with some really good topics, even though I knew of topics, but I really love picking other people's brains on conversation and topics. So the topic came about was lesbian relationships. And I'm going to single other ones out, and hopefully you guys don't take it personal, but I'm going to single out the lesbian specifically because remember what I said last week. I feel like, this is my opinion, it doesn't matter what you identify. I feel like the hormones in our body is what might dictate our emotions. So for women, we tend to be a little bit more emotional. So it doesn't matter if you identify as a dominant person, mass presenting, whatever you identify as, it's your hormones that's gonna, to me, dictate how you carry certain energy. With that being said, the topic this week is about why do lesbian women move fast in relationships? Why is there always love bombing? When we do get in relationships, why might those relationships not last as long? And then it moves from relationships to marriage. Why might those marriages not last as long? And this is not to say, listen, y'all, if y'all come across this topic, if it doesn't relate to you, that's fine. But let's not ignore the fact that it is an issue in the community. Definitely an issue in the community. So we're just trying to address the elephant in the room and just to converse with the topic. Now, my opinion is, I think what happens is that women, we see things, we fall in love easily. We fall in love easily, or fall in lust, I would say, easily with people when we meet them. So things tend to move fast, where I think men, on the other hand, men may date around, they may like you, but a lot of times it's hard for a male to commit. And I feel like when he does finally commit, he really likes you, he's really into you, he really want to marry you. Whereas though I feel like as women, we see something shiny, we see something beautiful, we see something attractive, and then we just run with it. Don't get me wrong, men do it too, but my thing is, you don't see a lot of men jumping in and out of relationships. You see them trying to sleep with you. You see them trying to keep it real friendly. Oh, you fine, you cute, whatever. I want to get to know you, but you really don't see them moving fast. Let's move in. Let's do this. Let's do that. So that's just my theory on it, you guys. Don't get upset with me on it. I'm just talking, but it's just a good topic. And I want to get more masculine women on the podcast. So I think I'm going to, who will be a great person to interview next, Young MA. So I'm going to email her and see if she's willing to come on the Love Frequency podcast. And let's just get her opinion on it, because I even had brought up, and assuming that, because I'm pretty sure you're all seen her post where she said she kind of dates straight women and then they go back to men because they're only into her. My theory on that too is, you're not the only beautiful stud out there in the world. So I disagree with that. I think women see something attractive and they're like, I want to sleep with that person, but it's more to it. I don't want to get sidetracked because I really want to save that topic for Young MA. So when I get off this video, I'm going to email her and see if she's willing to come on a podcast, do a 30-minute session, so that we could talk about why does she feel like the need to always choose these type of women when there's so many other beautiful women in the LGBTQ community that is a lesbian that wants a long-term relationship. Because I just feel like she's setting herself up long-term. She's setting herself up for failure. She's setting herself up for jumping in and out of relationships, something that's not being consistent. And I'm not saying you may get that small 5%, because growing up in the 90s, it was always that one couple where the butch type of woman who had got a straight woman and they were together 20 years or something like that. That is a very low percentage, you guys. Don't assume that all relationships is like that and that's going to be you. So yeah, some of these stud butch women like to get straight women, but just know that if they are considering themselves straight, eventually it's gonna come a point in time where they want to have kids with the man. They want to maybe get married to settle down with the man, and it may be that small percent where they say, "I'm settled down with this woman." But I don't know, you guys. What's your thoughts? Drop it in the comments. That's my topic on that, and I'm gonna try to get Young and May on the podcast so we can pick her brain on that, because I really want to know where she's coming from on that. It's too many beautiful lesbian women that you could choose, and you rather choose someone that's only for you. But Young and May, you are not the only beautiful dominant woman out there. I've seen plenty of them. But anyways, that's a different topic. Now, back to what I was saying. I think a lot of the lesbian women love bomb, and some of the relationships don't last long. It's because a lot of times we see with our eyes, we be like, oh, Young and May, or so, oh, she fine, she look good, she got dreads, light skin, or whatever. Not Young and May have dreads, but y'all know what I'm talking about in it. So yeah, and don't take it and run with it, but that's my take on it. And what is this channel about? It's about love frequency, it's about healing, it's about growth. Even the card decks are about healing, it's about soulmates, it's about twin flames, it's about accountability, third party energy. That's what we're talking about today. And karmic debt, I'm gonna get into the cards, but I created this deck specifically for that. It was more a healing tool. I just came to me one day, so I started designing the images how I want them to look, but I feel like I'm getting sidetracked. But I'm trying not to make this too long, but that's my theory on why I feel like a lot of lesbian relationships are not truly in relationships with people that they really genuinely want to be. And not just even lesbian relationships. I just think we have a higher percentage because we move too fast, we move in. And what's the first thing that happens when you move in with somebody too fast or move too fast? Everything crashes. Once that honeymoon fades, give it 90 days, 6 months, and now you're in this relationship with this person that you really don't like. And on top of that, now y'all living together. Now there's arguments and everything else that goes on in a community when really y'all should have just took the time like what men do. Hey, let's date maybe. Let me date this person over here. Let me date that person over there. And of course, be safe. Don't be out here hurting people, but be real with your feelings. Look, I'm out here dating, not really looking for nothing. And then figure out, do I want to move with this person? Do I want to make this next move? Because once the dust settles, then that person don't really like you. Once y'all sleep together, and what was the other video I did about 3 weeks ago? Sex, drugs, and alcohol. A lot of people use certain substances outside of their body to cope with people, to cope with relationships with people. Once you strip all of that away, what do you guys have in common? What are y'all building towards? What are y'all collaborating towards? Someone once told me couples that build together, collaborate together, stay together. Y'all got a purpose. Y'all in alignment. Y'all not only giving to yourself in a relationship, but y'all giving to y'all community because y'all started a business together, or maybe open up a shop together, and y'all have something to give back to the world. And it's not just about you and that person where y'all get bored. So my solution to that is, at least that's what I'm going to do. You guys can do whatever you want to, but get to know people, take your time, and trust and believe. I was that person, but one thing I never was a U-Haul. I don't like people living with me. So for me, I've never been a U-Haul type person with nobody. I like taking my time. But one thing I do wish that I haven't done is just rush into a relationship. You meet someone, y'all vibing, everything going good. And after that 90 days, 6 months, what are we doing? What are we building towards? Are we traveling? Are we collaborating on something? I don't know. Let's go to a spiritual retreat. At least that's the person and the woman that I am now, the woman that I am today. So for me, y'all not going to see me just in any relationship. I'm telling you that now. That's not my goal. But I really have to talk about that this week, is the love bombing. And honestly, I don't like when people use words like love bombing, and y'all know what I'm talking about, narcissist and all of that. Y'all wasn't using those type of words years ago, but since y'all using them, let's talk about it. And I don't think people are being fake. I think what they're doing is people show you who they are in the beginning. Oh, I'm so in love, I love this person, buying them gifts, going out, and the honeymoon fades. But really, take your time. Don't overbuy gifts. Don't go out on dates. Don't take them on trips too soon. because you're so excited and you just want to show and give that love. I genuinely feel like some people genuinely are givers in relationships. I just think after the honeymoon fade, they bored. They don't like you no more. Somebody that you love and you want to build with, you're going to keep that consistency. I don't believe in that. Oh, they faked it and they did all this in the beginning. They didn't change. They just realized that they don't like you like that. They realize that they don't like this relationship. Y'all not in alignment. And now you stuck in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10-year relationship with someone when really it's okay to date them. Be okay with, I want y'all to really start getting into breaking up with people. About 5 years ago, I told that to my friend. I said they was having relationship problems. You know what I told them? Break up with them. Point blank, period, in the discussion. Stop trying to make it something that it's not. Stop trying to force something that it's not. 1 year become 2, 2 years become 3, and y'all don't like each other, and then y'all want to blame y'all partner because y'all cheated. I don't believe in cheaters either, because it's easy to break up with somebody. I don't like you no more. I don't want to be with you. But some people too afraid to tell people that. Life is just too short, y'all. It's too short to be out here not getting what you want out of business, out of love, out of life, out of health. Start that job. That business. Date that person. Yeah. Start, do all of that. Marry that person. Go on that trip. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to say, no, I don't want to do it. Because at the end of the day, what do you have to lose but to hurt somebody's feelings? Some of y'all would rather be loyal to someone else than be loyal to yourself. And I'm not saying mistreat people. I'm not saying mislead people. What I am saying is that be grown enough to communicate and have that conversation. And that's another thing I don't think in the LGBT community that they do enough of is getting to know the person. That goes for communication. What's your dreams? What's your hopes? What's your wishes? What do you want to do with yourself? And I've even met people that say, oh, I don't even want to talk about that right now. I'd rather just let it happen, let it come as it comes. Let's treat a relationship like we do a business or an interview. They don't just hire you and just see. They want to have a conversation with you. They want to see how you handle conversation. They want to see how you handle topics. And you are right. Somebody can lie to you. Somebody can love bomb you. But it still sets the tone. It picks their brain just to see if they know how to have a conversation, just to see if they know how to hold a conversation. It's common sense that, of course, people can change. People can tell you one thing and do another thing. That's why you have to really add up what they say with what they do. But those people that don't like to tell or or talk about what they want out of life, those type of people bore me. I'm sorry. That's really more so a trick question for real that I'm asking you. I'm just trying to really pick your brain, see how we can get along. Because for me, I'm a talker. I love to talk. I love to communicate. If there's an issue, I love to resolve it. I think that I handle things well, grief well, relationships, whatever. And I feel like in the past, that's why a lot of toxic people were attracted to me. I've been saying this for the longest. 2 toxic people together don't mesh, because another toxic person can never handle themselves. They need somebody else that's more patient, more kind, more understanding, more letting stuff slide, because them type of people know who to play with and who not to play with. Okay. So, but yeah, that is my topic for you guys for the week. I want you guys to really think about it. I want to know your thoughts as well. What do you think and why? Do you feel like in lesbian relationships that it don't last long? There's always arguments. They have the highest domestic violence rate. What I said last week, check that video out. Because once they get into these relationships, they can't be themselves. So I feel like that's a lot of stuff that's balled up inside of them. They start to be really mean. You know what I'm saying? They start to be really mean because they really not living the life that they want to live. They really not being the person that they want to be. If you know that you're bisexual, but you're calling yourself a lesbian, you're not being real. You're not being authentic. And that goes for anything, not just your sexuality, but the same with the job. If you're in a job that you don't love and don't want to be in, you're miserable. You come to work every day. You're being rude to customers. You're being rude to people. You coming home, your health is failing. Why? Because you're in a job that you don't like. The same goes for a relationship. You in a relationship that you don't like. You saw them at first. Once you take away the sex, drugs, and alcohol, y'all ain't got nothing to talk about. That person's surface level. They don't see you deeply. You want to be seen, but yet you continue to date these type of people. And that's why I think these relationships lesbian relationships I'm talking about specifically. That's why I think they be love bombing or fake love bombing. It's real love. I just think the mask falls after so much or after so many months. That's been that person. They don't like you no more. Anybody could stop buying you gifts and stop having sex with you, stop communicating with you, and stop doing all the things that they used to do in the beginning of the relationship, because that is a telltale sign that they don't like you anymore. People always want to try to paint a picture, turn something into something that it's not, and then don't want to take accountability. Going back to my accountability card in the deck, they don't want to take out accountability for themselves, noticing the signs, noticing that, hey, dang, maybe I was the rebound in that relationship, but I tried to make it work. And I'm not saying it's your fault, but I am saying that it's always two people's fault in a relationship. It's never just one. When you start asking people, why did your last relationship not work out? Oh, it was that person's fault. They did this. They wasn't showing me attention. They wasn't. The problem probably was y'all both didn't know how to communicate with each other. So one person stopped talking because they didn't want to start causing arguments. They wanted to keep the peace. Sometimes it's okay to ruffle feathers, not argue in a bad way, but to get your point across. You know what I mean? Some of y'all are afraid to hurt people's feelings. I'm not afraid to hurt people's feelings. I'm going to tell you, it's called communication. I would like to talk about this. I'm not feeling something so that you guys can grow. Don't y'all want to grow in a relationship? Don't y'all want to expand yourself? How are you doing that? By walking on eggshells, not talking to your partner. And some people, here's another T. Some people will treat you so bad in a relationship, ignore you, not, you know what I mean? Start doing less of what they were doing so you can lead. They start to do those type of things so you can lead them first. So when y'all break up, they could be like, well, they broke up with me. See what you did? So they can put the blame on you. When really you should have been peeping game a long time ago, noticing, why is my partner not sleeping with me? Why is my partner not taking me on trips anymore? Why are they not doing X, Y, Z? And y'all want to call it love bombing. Oh, they love bombed me to get me in this relationship. And then they didn't change. They just realized that they thought they wanted something. And, oh, I don't want it. I don't want this relationship anymore. So that's my take on it. Let me see. What else do I want to talk about? I think next week I want to get into more of the twin flame relationships and converse about that. Matter of fact, I may even go ahead and end this video and just go ahead and start talking about that. Just to do 2 in 1. Why not? Save it for next week when I can batch it and push it out for y'all, because I have the time. And yeah. But that's to summarize the topic for this week. Love bombing. It's not really love bombing. People just come to reality. Lesbians, we have the top domestic violence rate. Don't believe me, Google it. The highest divorce rate comes from women, not necessarily men. Not saying that men don't put in a divorce, but I do feel like the men, once they marry you, a lot of them try to stick it out. You lose my person. And then where women, they just wake up one day and they be ready for the divorce. Google that. High statistics on that. And also, you all, stop trying to move people in with you. See who that person is. Not saying it's going to reduce the odds of your relationship lasting longer or not, but at least you're able to see something about the person. And then the saying also goes is you don't really know someone until you move in with them, but at least give it some months. Y'all be out here moving people in less than 30 days. Stop doing that. And now you stuck because, once you move somebody in your house, it's so hard to get them out. Real hard. But let me see. I'm going to start getting into the cards that we have. And I'm going to just go ahead and roll it and batch it and talk about twin flames. And also maybe the difference between karmic relationship, twin flames, and soulmate. Boom. Stay tuned. Okay, you guys. So I want to get into my cards that we have. For this week, we have Karmic Debt. And remember what I told y'all last week? These cards are so shiny and the colors just pop that when you have a certain light, it just really reflects it really bad. And I'm sorry about that. Karmic Debt. And this is straightforward because we talked about this before. Karmic Debt means that in a relationship, it could be a twin flame, it could be a soulmate, it could be a karmic relationship. Before y'all can reconcile, it has to be some type of balance. And y'all see this woman right here. She is an angel, an ancestor, but she comes to balance whatever happened between y'all. With that being said, you cannot just come in someone's life and brush stuff under the rug. You have to reconcile with karmic debt. And you see this person is coming with a gift to balance the time. You can't just come with nothing and say, let me forget about what I did. No, that's not how karmic debt works. And karmic debt could be something from a past life coming into this life, or it could just be something that is balancing out right now in this lifetime. But in order to pay that debt, you have to pay something. You have to pay a price, and that can come through as an apology, that can come through as a conversation, that can come through as healing. Whatever happened between you and that person or persons, you will know what it is. But there's angels that's balancing. There's, like I said, ancestors. Some people try to do that. I've had a few friends try to come in my life and just brush stuff under the rug. Hey, what's up? How you doing? And you know what I did? I ignored them, because I feel like people know what they did is wrong. And I'm not asking you for money. I'm not asking you for anything, but the least that you can do is have a conversation and be real and be honest with your feelings, emotions on what happened. Hey, I know we haven't spoken in a while, but I wanted to bring up XYZ, da 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 da. I apologize. It's so hard for some people to just apologize and say, I'm sorry. It's something so simple. But if you can't do something like that, as simple as that, to pay a karmic debt, just an apology, a conversation, that you don't need to be in that person's life. You can keep it moving. But that's what karmic debt is about. You have one person coming to apologize with a rose to balance the time, and you got one person holding the time, and then the ancestor in the back, and then they come into a bridge where they can, I'm here, you're here, and we are settling that debt. Not all karmic debt is bad either. Some people, y'all think of karmic debt and y'all think, oh, it's bad. Karmic debt is not bad. Karmic debt is, let's say you were a good person, right? The universe have to pay that to you. They have to pay that back some way, somehow, by blessing you either with a good person or with something else. That's why I tell people, and this is also in the Bible, don't seek revenge. Don't try to get revenge on people, because what you do is you reset a karmic debt and you reset that balance. So now you got to owe something, right? Let's say somebody cheat on you in a relationship. Some people, the get back is to cheat back on them. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but I know I wouldn't do it because I don't want no karmic debt with nobody. I'm probably clearing some karmic debt from a past life, which is why certain experiences I'm experiencing now, part of my soul contract, has nothing to do with in this lifetime who I am. It could be something as a soul contract where I signed up for and say, look, I want to learn these type of lessons with these type of people. And unfortunately, it could hurt my feelings, but it is what it is. I'm learning something. I'm growing from it. But I do not recommend if someone cheated on you, that's an example, and you go cheat on them, because now you got a karmic debt. Now somebody's going to come cheat on you, or something else can happen to clear out that karmic debt. Third party is about third party energy. This is more like a twin flame type of energy, but in the twin flame journey, it might be like third party energy, and that could be something as simple as exactly what it sounds like, whether it be another person, situation that is getting in the way of your twin flame journey. And during that third party, I feel like it's not up to you to interfere with it. Allow whoever, whether it's the divine masculine or divine feminine, allow them to go through their karmic debt, go through whatever lessons that they're trying to learn with whatever third party energy is going on right now. It could be a family member that's a third party energy. Third party doesn't always mean another person as far as intimate. Some people may think third party like, okay, they got another person. This person is coming in the way between my twin flame, da da da. No, go back to my very first video. What did I talk about? There's no such thing as this person is better. There's no such thing as none of that. That person chose that person for a lesson, and part of that lesson could be their karmic debt that they need to pay to themselves, to their relationship situation, or even towards a twin flame. That could be something that is needed on a journey. So that's what we have here with that. And I'm going to end it right there and jump straight into a topic, twin flame, soulmate, and karmic relationships. And then as far as the topic next week, as mentioned, getting these celebrity. Well, here's another thing, guys. You don't have to be a celebrity to come on my channel. I'm looking for anybody. I reach out to different type of people, men, women, whatever. Of course, LGBTQ. This, my channel isn't focused on that. My channel is focused on love, frequency healing, elevating the collective, and just talking about things that people really genuinely don't want to talk about, that they feel like it's taboo. So, and I'm gonna leave it at that.